Alright, so this is the final trial. It's the final day of the run. Honestly, not too bad. There's no RNG in this area, and the only hard part really is figuring out the two cycle on bullbacks, which once you get the timing and positioning down of where to throw the bomb, it's just a matter of smashing fast enough. So if you're a decent masher, then this should be okay, honestly. So yeah. Getting into it, you should have around 90 to 94 blues. 94 is kind of the best case scenario, but if you have fewer than that, that's okay. So just immediately withdraw all your blues, and then as many yellows to fill out the field. So as soon as you withdraw all the yellows, just head over, take a beeline to the island here, and I like to grab a blue in my hand, and then just do 6 color swaps, or however many yellows are on the field, to just throw each of the yellows on the island. You could wait for all of the yellows to get out of the onion first, and then wait for them to catch up to you before throwing them, but I just find it more consistent to not accidentally throw blues if I just hold a blue and just keep color swapping to get yellows on the island. And then hand over this bridge. We actually really care about this bridge more. We want to get 61 on this bridge. So you're just going on a C-stick, however many blues you have, onto this bridge until you see your number in the 60s or maybe low 70s, and then head over and put 61 on this far bridge. So I had 68, so I want to have 7 left. It's okay to put a few more than 61 on this bridge. If you have maybe 62 to 63, that's okay as well. Because most of the time, especially when you're beginning, you're not going to be beating this bridge. The bridge range on here doesn't matter nearly as much. But any extras that you have after here, just dismiss them onto the bridge here. And you will almost always have some leaves just because you grew some extras in Distant Spring with the shearwigs, but that's fine to have leaves here. So just make sure when you come over here, don't whistle your yellows too early. If you whistle them too early, like if I would whistle them over here, then they would walk into the water before I get there. So don't do that, obviously, and just throw them just wherever here, just up the hill is just fine. And then, so the bombs here spawn kind of randomly. I would recommend don't try to throw your yellows to the bombs in the back, because it's hit or miss whether they decide to go for this bomb or like see the bombs in the can and try to go for those and then get stuck on the edge of the can. So I would say just throw one at any that you see in the front and maybe the side here, and then however many more you need to get up to 4 bombs, throw those just kind of in the front here and they'll run into the can. And then just throw all your yellows over here. They'll all start going to the wall here. But as soon as one drops a bomb, they should, for the most part, all get scared away. Sometimes one doesn't, or maybe two doesn't get scared away and they run at the bomb and die. That's fine. You don't really need to care about yellows. You only need like 2 or 3 yellows for the rest of the day. So as long as you have that, you don't need to try to save yellows here. But yeah, once that explodes, throw 2 more bombs at it and destroy the wall here. And then you're going to want to try to whistle close to 10, at least 10 blues, but not many more than that. It's fine if you whistle more than that and you whistle like 20. Just make sure you throw down until you only have a little more than 10 blues in your party, or 10 at the very least. And then also, since we don't need all these yellows, I just throw them onto the bridge here just to speed it up a bit. I think the bridge range I usually shoot for is like 23 or maybe the 21 bridge range. But again, it doesn't really matter. Just I would say get rid of a couple of yellows just so you don't have too many to deal with later. And then you always have 1 bomb left. Just throw it here and then throw all your remaining Pikmin across the gap. And once you do that, whistle your bomb. It's important to whistle the bomb first and then whistle these guys. If you just try to whistle the ones over here and C-stick them up, they actually won't go as far towards the box. So make sure to whistle the bomb first and then whistle the ones on the edge here. And then just walk into the bridge, C-stick up. And then once you see most of them coming around the corner, then you can dismiss and they'll start pushing the box. Throw this guy, it doesn't really matter where, once you get through, and then you can turn around, and I like to turn the camera as well just to see where my yellows are. Since also there will be a lot of blues that start piling onto the box here to push it, you don't have to be too precise with your whistle. It's fine if you whistle a couple blues with your yellows, but just make sure to whistle at least 1 more yellow off the box, so you can throw 2 yellows to get bombs over here. And you can really press up right against this wall for this throw. The wall is pretty slanted, so your Pikmin won't like hit it and bounce off, so you can just walk right up against it to throw. Also, if you're not consistent with the 2 cycle, feel free to also throw 3 yellows here to try to get 3 bombs. But for the most part, you should try to be getting 2 cycle. And then once the box is finished, whistle off. If you actually whistle them off before they finish pushing the box, then the secret safe can't move past later. Even if it looks like there's room, it'll actually like stop here and get stuck. So make sure the box does fully push. And then as soon as you walk through the arena here, or the arena gate, if you have 3 bombs, throw 2 to the side. If you only have 2, just throw 1 to the side. And then it doesn't matter really whether you use a blue or yellow to activate bullbacks, but the one important thing is you'll want to throw the bomb kind of right here-ish. And you just want to make sure that Olimar is farther away from bullbacks than the bomb, because if you're closer than the bomb, then instead of turning to eat the bomb, Olimar, I should say bullbacks will actually target Olimar, and it won't get stunned by the bomb. So just make sure you're fairly far away from bullbacks when you activate them here. And just the indicator for where to throw the bomb is, I just like to see where his mouth is here. It's just a little in front of his mouth. It's not super precise, just anywhere around here should be fine. But then as soon as you let go of A and throw that bomb, then you should turn and start throwing your blues onto Bullbax's face. It won't distract him, the Pikmin in the air, and you want to get as much damage as possible as early as possible, so you can make sure to get close to half of his health on the first cycle. So you just want to make sure to throw as soon as possible here. Also, make sure to try to throw on the kind of fleshy orangish yellowish part here. If you throw onto the green part, they actually won't latch on. So yeah, just make sure to do his face. And you can see I'm C-sticking a bit here. That just keeps the Pikmin all next to me, so there's less delay between throwing Pikmin. And then once they're all in his face, whistle your other bomb here. If you have 2, only whistle 1 of them. I should have said that also, yeah. If you had 3 bombs and you threw 2 to the side, make sure to throw them in like fairly separate locations so it's easy to whistle just one of them. But yeah, whistle this, and then I want to pay attention to his health bar here, and I actually want to whistle off before it gets below half health. Because once he gets below half health, there's actually a chance that instead of trying to eat the Pikmin, he will just jump and just try to jump on your Pikmin and land on them, and you can't really do anything during that, so that just loses a lot of time. So yeah, just make sure you whistle off before he gets below half health. And then he'll do this little shake, and when he does the shake here, and he kind of jumps up in the air, you can just see like the edge of his shadow here, just where the front of it is here. That's where I like to throw the bomb, is just right around the front edge of the shadow. And right as he does his jump is the timing for it. And then again, just immediately turn, throw all your Pikmin on him again. And then yeah, that's basically it. I would say also a pretty helpful thing to do here if you're trying to C-stick throw is put your left, I assume you're using Pro Controller, put your left index finger on the L button, and instead of moving the right stick around with your thumb, you can actually use, or with your right thumb, you can move it around with your left thumb while you mash A with either your index finger or your right thumb. And then as soon as he dies, he'll spit out the secret safe, just C-stick your Pikmin around it. They should pretty much all grab it. If 1 or 2 don't, that's fine. Just head over here, and then right when you get about here, you can dismiss, and any that are still in your party should grab onto the secret safe. And for the most part, the bridge should always be done by now, especially if you are new and you're kind of slow at bullbacks. If it's not done, then consider definitely throwing a few more yellows and or blues on it, I guess next time. But whistle all these guys and just bring them over to the secret safe. Don't C-stick them all on at once. Because if you do, then they'll kind of, it's random which point the Pikmin decide to grab on a treasure, or a part, I should say. And if they try to grab the same part, then only one can get it, and the other one may have to pick a new place to grab, and then after a while, it'll just go idle and not grab. So just C-stick about half of yours Pikmin onto there to get them to grab, and then just wait a bit before C-sticking more, just so there's no collisions like that. And then yeah, whistle any that fall off, but just make sure not to whistle any off the secret safe by accident. I've definitely done that a couple times, so yeah, just be careful about that. And then any remaining ones you need to throw on, just throw them in front, not in the back, because if you try to C-stick them or throw them onto the back dish, you won't be able to catch up. So yeah, throw them onto the front. And then at this point, it doesn't really matter what you do. The only thing is a lot of people like to get fireworks from the onions here. Just be aware that if you try to lay down with Olimar to get fireworks, the secret safe goes right through this path. And so it'll actually bump into Olimar and slow down a bit if you're laid down. So yeah, I like just throwing stuff in the candy pop buds here. And then you don't need to try to get a cutscene skip on this last part. Timing ends as soon as it comes in. So this is just the end of the run right here.